What's up, the John Squad? And you know what that day is? Wonderful World of Wrestling Wednesdays. That's right, the John Squad. Where I'm going to break down the Midnight Raw that happened on this past Monday on Raw. And I'm going to talk about WWE NXT deadline. And also about some sad fortunate news about Drew McIntyre, what he wrote on his Twitter. So here we go. So we're going to start with Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre can't compete on this upcoming Friday edition of SmackDown. Drew McIntyre wrote this on Twitter. Unfortunately, I am medically disqualified to compete this Friday on SmackDown. Right? I don't like to miss any shows, as everybody knows, but I promise I'll be back soon. And that's what Drew McIntyre wrote. And he was supposed to team up with Sheamus for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. So now I think that we could talk about WWE NXT deadline. So far, there's 3 matches on the card. So far, we have is Carmella Hayes versus Jaden McDoo versus Grayson Waller versus Joey Casey versus Wildcard winner. And that's a men's Iron Survival Challenge to determine the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship. Now we have Zoe Starks versus Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James versus Wildcard winner. That's a women's Iron Survivor Challenge to determine the number 1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. And we have Braun Breaker versus Apollo Crews, and Braun Breaker's defend his belt against Apollo Crews. That's a singles match for the NXT Championship. So now let's talk about the Monday Night Raw. So Monday Night Raw kicked off with the Usos versus Elias and Matt Riddle for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team titles. The Bloodline attack Elias backstage, so he's not medically cleared to compete. Riddle finds a new tag team partner to face the Usos for the titles, and it is none other than Kevin Owens. So then the Usos beat Matt Riddle and Kevin Owens to retain the WWE Undisputed Tag Team titles, right? After the match, they continue to attack Riddle. KO chases away Zammy and the Usos with a steel chair, but Solo Sikoa continues to attack Riddle and takes him out with a Samoan spike. JBL hold a poker invitational, which was pretty funny backstage on Raw, a poker invitational. So we have Bayley beats Asuka and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat match. Then later on the night, then she will face the winner of another triple threat match next week to determine who will face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title at the Royal Rumble. But then, of course, before the match even began, we had Bayley and Becky Lynch going at it and John back and forth, and then Becky Lynch comes running through the crowd and talk on the microphone, so that's what happens there. So then, next Monday Raw, we have Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins is announced for next week to determine who will face Austin Theory for the United States Championship. But then we had Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins gets into a brawl and have to be separated by refs and WWE officials. Because how the brawl started was that Seth frickin' Rollins was making fun of Bobby Lashley for losing to Brock Lesnar, that he has never been the same. So then they get into a brawl and they had to be separated, right? So then Lashley attempted to spear Seth, but he accidentally spears producer P.D. Williams instead. That was pretty funny right there. Then we had the United States Championship match. Austin Theory beats Mustafa Ali to retain the United States Championship title by DQ after Dolph Ziggler attacks him. So then we had The Miz is upset with JBL for not inviting him to the Poker Invitational and offers his Rolex to get in. And then JBL, what happens next, right? That JBL informs him is that it's a fake. And that was a fake Rolex because Miz is out of money. So that was a pretty funny part right there. Miz is all funny. He's just full of bad luck now, The Miz, all of a sudden. That's just pretty funny. I love The Miz. I love his character. It's so funny with The Miz. Oh, man. Then the OC gets into an argument with Baron Corbin Alpha Academy. JBL tells him that fighting isn't allowed at the Poker Invitational duel and that they will have to settle it in the ring. So then Dexter Lumis gives the dealer a stack and leaves with the rest of the money. Oh man, what Johnny Gargano do, that was also funny too. So when Johnny Gargano packing up, leaving with the full bag of money, and I thought that was pretty funny too. So, I mean, they won the Poker Invitational. So in the OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson beat Baron Corbin and Otis and Chad Gable, the Alpha Academy. The OC beat them. Then we had Dominic Mysterio versus Mustafa Ali, and Dominic Mysterio beat Akira Tozawa. After the match of Judgment Day, are about to attack Akira, but the Street Profits chase them off. So far we have announced for next week on Raw. We have Candice LeRae versus Io Sky, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss, and Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins, because Alexa Bliss beats Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross in a triple threat match, and it will be Bayley versus Bliss next week to determine who will face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title at the Royal Rumble. And that's what happens every 10 WWE Raw. Alexa Bliss standing tall and celebrating about her facing Bayley next Monday Raw to determine who faces Bianca Belair at the Royal Rumble. So I hope you all enjoyed this wonderful a little bit of Wrestling Wednesday video. I talked about Monday Night Raw. I talked about NXT deadline, the matches and stuff like that. Hope you enjoyed the NXT deadline this Saturday, December 10th. Hope you all enjoy it, and also we all sad fortune about Drew McIntyre for this Friday on SmackDown. But you know, it is what it is, so Sheamus will find another person. But anyway, once again, the John Squad, please like this video, leave your comments down below, and subscribe for more. You know, the best John Squad, you're one of a kind of each and every single one of you guys. You mean a lot to me. I love doing these videos for wonderful World Wrestling Wednesdays. I love doing them for you. And we have AEW tonight too. Don't forget about that. AEW Dynamite tonight on Wednesday Night Dynamite. And that's going to do this. So anyway, once again, please like this video, leave your comments down below, and subscribe for more what you want me to talk about next week on Wonderful World Wrestling Wednesday. I need your feedback, so let me know what you want me to talk about. So, peace out, guys. And maybe next Wednesday I'll break down the WWE NXT 10 line results for you guys. So, peace.